I know that most of you hate being the tank in solo queue. Nobody follows your engages, and since you deal little to no damage, you're often just the punching bag of the enemy without the ability to do anything about it. Well, this ends today, because we're going to show you today how tanks can spank, bonk, and slap too. So you can actually carry those 4 headless chickens that you meet in every solo queue match. How is this possible, you ask? Well, it's all done with the magical abilities of HP. What is HP? HP means health points and is the life your hero has in the game. Oh, you knew that already? Well, what most players don't know is that HP itself can make certain heroes extremely OP and let them deal insane damage. Don't believe me? Let me show you. Our Sandman here has one of the largest and strongest AoE setter skills alongside Atlas and Lolita. And that already makes him one of the best tanks in the game. But did you know that the damage of his skills actually increases the more HP you have? And that you can one-shot squishy enemies while still being tanky AF? Let me show you how it works in a realistic example. Here I'm using a standard tank build that gives me a lot of HP. Cursed Helmet, Dominance Ice Cream, Radiant Armor, Antique Cuirass, and Guardian Helmet. These items give me a total of 4620 HP. At level 15, Kufra has a max HP of 6139. The tank emblem gives me plus 500 HP. The talent Vitality 225 HP. The rock potion another 500 HP. And my skin gives me a whopping 100 HP. Boo, I'm better so pay to win game. All of this together makes a grand total of 12,084 HP. Now I will go up against this Layla bot that is also on level 15 and also has a full build. First, we do the usual first skill flicker trick. Whoops. So, flicker trick, ultimate, enhanced basic attack, and bouncy ball to one-shot this goddamn Layla away as a tank with tank items while tower diving and surviving this. How the hell is this even possible? Let's have a look at the damage we deal with each attack. On the first hit using his first skill, he deals straight up 973 damage. This is followed up by his ultimate skill, which deals 757 damage. The enhanced basic attack deals 304 damage. The talent Concussive Blast 567. And the bounty ball deals 495 damage with each hit. So it can deal a total damage of 1980 after 4 bounces. You can also see the magic damage we deal with Cursed Helmet, which is 87 per second. The attack lasted 5 seconds, so it dealt 435 damage in total. This makes a grand total of 5016 damage with only one combo. And again, just in case you forgot it, as a bloody tank using only tank items. I mean, look at this cute damage this Layla deals to us. Ow, ow, ow. So, why is this working so well with Kufra? And are there other heroes who can do this same thing as well? The answer is yes, but we will get to that later. Let me explain to you how this whole thing works first. Kufra's first skill deals additional damage to his enemies based on his max HP, while knocking them airborne on the first hit. At level 1, he still deals tiny damage. But at max level with his items, he can theoretically deal up to 1159 damage with a single attack, as his damage is increased equal to 12% of his max HP. This is already great, but nothing when you compare it to a second skill. The damage of each bounce is increased by 6% of his max HP and deals 4 times damage to all enemies around him. This is easily possible, by the way, as you can gather them all around you with your ultimate. At level 2, he deals 138 damage per bounce, with a total of 552 damage from the 4 bounces. But at max level with his full build, he can deal up to 686 damage per bounce, so a total of 2744 damage if all 4 bounces were used. And let me remind you, this is an AoE skill. You can theoretically use it to destroy all 5 enemies around you. So if you use the right build and realize the damage potential Kufra has, he's not only one of the best setters and dash counters in the game, but he is also a tanky MFer who can deal an insane amount of damage. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, because there are other hero and item combinations that abuse your HP even better. Let me introduce Edith to you. Edith is the only tank marksman in the game, sorry Tank Layler, and she usually uses a hybrid build with tank items such as Radiant Armor, Antique Cuirass, Immortality and Twilight Armor, but also magic items such as Stellium Scythe, Ice Cream Wand and Feather of Heaven. Now, all of Edith's skills benefit from her total HP, so building tank items with HP should be a no-brainer. You can sustain more damage, deal more damage with your first and second skill in your tank form, get a higher shield in your marksman form because it's increased based on your HP, and receive more magic power as all of your extra defense will be converted into magic power, which then means you can deal more damage. This alone already makes her a tanky AF hero with an even higher damage potential than Kufra will ever have. But we haven't even mentioned the one thing that makes her completely broken. Because of how her kit works, you can easily abuse the effect of Thunderbelt to deal an insane amount of true damage. Thunderbelt is the item you can abuse if you have a hero with a lot of extra HP, and the ability to use basic attacks after every skill to trigger the effect multiple times in a row. Let me quickly show you how OP this combination can be. At max level with a full tank build, and of course a full passive, Edith can easily go head to head with a full build Layler, as she can deal a total of 6826 damage, while easily healing all of her HP back that this poor Layla bot tries to delete. And once again, let me just remind you, we're doing all of this with a tank build. Since Edith can easily switch between her skills and basic attacks, both in her tank and ult form, she can easily abuse the power of Thunderbelt throughout the whole match. Can you see that 352 damage in white? That is the true damage we deal with Thunderbelt. For our beginners out there, true damage ignore all defense your enemy have, so it's pretty OP in any situation. With her full combo you can trigger this effect about 3 times, allowing Edith to deal an additional 1056 true damage to her enemies, which is added up to her normal insane damage. I think I don't even need to tell you how great this is against squishy mages and marksmen in the game, who has around 4,000 to 5,000 HP in total in the late game. Now I know that her ult is devastating is commonly known. The real magic happens when you suddenly deal an extreme amount of damage in your tank form. Let me show you how by explaining in detail how her skill works. Her first skill in tank form deals additional damage equal to 10% of her total HP. So with a build that increases her HP, she deals 1237 physical damage with a single attack. Remember, this skill only has a few seconds of cooldown, and it is an AoE skill. Edith's second skill on the other hand only deals 3% total HP damage on her first hit, but she deals another 5% total HP extra damage on the second one. With her full build, she deals 873 physical damage in total. Now, if you combine this with Cursed Helmet and Thunderbolt, and abuse this level 15 Zilong as our guinea pig, we can deal a total damage of 3715 with a single combo in our tank form. And this, my friend, is not the peak of her insanity yet. Because once we combine high HP and high defense with Thunderbelt and Stellium Scythe, all hell will break loose once you trigger your ult. Just watch. When her passive is at 0 and she activates her ult, the shield is small, and her damage with Thunderbolt and 𝐈𝐴𝐚 only deals a total of 8,477 damage. As we have a lot of HP and defense though, we can easily fill up our passive and control the situation. When her passive is filled up to 50%, her shield is now equal to 20% of her total HP, and with Thunderbolt and 𝐈𝐴𝐚, she deals a total of 9,495 damage. A 12% increase compared to her 0 passive ult. Now this may seem a little bit small, but remember, you get a much higher shield, so your chances of survival are massively increased while dealing more damage. Now, if you trigger your ult when your passive is at 100%, and again remember, you can fill up your passive much more safely with your high HP and defense thanks to your build. Her shield is now equal to 25% of her total HP, and her full combo with Thunderbolt and 𝐈𝐴𝐚 deals a grand total of 11,625 damage. 22% more than with her 50% passive, and 37% more than without her passive. So, although her HP is not directly increasing the damage of her ultimate, it is still a vital tool to control the damage you receive, so you can safely fill up your passive before destroying your enemies. Now you surely ask yourself, which other heroes can do the same thing as well? Well, let's make a quick run through. Fredrin is one of the best HP abusers out there, and with the right build, he is really scary. His first skill increases with his total HP, and similar to Edith, it's just much easier to control your passive if you have a lot of HP. So you can trigger your devastating ult at the perfect moment with the maximum effects. He can also easily switch between his low cooldown skills and basic attacks, so you must equip Thunderbolt on him for that sweet extra true damage. Cursed Helmet also works great on him for additional damage and to clear the jungle much faster. Like this, he becomes a true damage machine while being almost unkillable. Another hero who can do the same is 𝐷𝐻𝐷𝐻𝐷𝐻. Many people play him with a damage build, and even I said back then that this is a good idea. How wrong I was! 𝐷𝐻𝐷𝐻𝐷𝐻 has a passive that deals 6% extra damage based on his total HP. And you know what's amazing? He heals the same amount of HP that he deals with it. 𝐷𝐻𝐷𝐻𝐷𝐻 has a total of 9,290 HP with a full tank build. And after casting one skill, 𝐷𝐻𝐷𝐻𝐷𝐻 can unlock Thunderbolt's passive, which deals 241 true damage. Then after 5 basic attacks, he can deal 852 physical damage and heal back 857 HP. His second skill also deals an insane amount of damage without any damage items. So one full combo is easily enough to one-shot any of those annoying but squishy dashing rats. Whenever you face a team with many dashing heroes, you can easily destroy your enemies who can't do anything but to avoid you. Then there are of course these guys who can all abuse a high HP build, but instead of repeating the same concept over and over again, I'd rather tell you to watch this video where we showcase 10 absolutely broken item combos that every ML player needs to know. Also a huge shout out to our MLG family members, especially the mythical glory ones like 𝐷𝐸𝐻 and 𝐷𝐸𝐻. See you over there!